Hi, how are you? First of all, thank you for this session. It's really inspirational and there's been a lot of food for thought.
Patty, I'm just going to pause you. There's a lot of feedback, so if you can ask everyone to mute themselves if they're not speaking, that would be great. Thank you. It's gone. Thank you so much. Fanny.
All right. Yeah. So, well, thank you again. It's been great to listen to you. I'm a teacher, and my question is which tips would you give us to apply this innovation IQ mindset in a classroom? Anything that you would recommend?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, education is such a big area right now. With where in the world are you, Fanny? Which part of the world?
I'm from Argentina, but I live in the Basque country at the moment. So yeah, I'm based here in Spain now.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So yeah, so certainly in Europe, in the last 12 months, the education sector has been hugely disrupted because children are working from home, adults are working from home. And so there's been a forced innovation, if you will, because now everyone's using, digital and so on and so forth. So I think one is, and I don't know obviously enough about which level or age group you're working from, but really across the board in the education sector, you've got here a sector that's very slow to innovate, right? Because it's really steeped in tradition and often limited resources. So as a teacher, what you can do within an institutional setting is to one is, we're asked now, I'll tell you, as educators, we are required now to not only become experts in our topic, right? Just history or math or, English or, whatever it is. Now we also have to be tech experts, right? We also have to we're now navigating this virtual environment, and actually it's the same for everybody, no matter what space they're in. Where we're now change instigators. We're playing so many roles beyond what we're playing, that we have to open up our mind to one, like we have to get on the technology bandwagon. Frankly, we can't ignore that reality anymore. No matter what your expertise is, if you went in because I love history and I want to be a history professor, we can't ignore technology, and we have to look for ways to engage our students in this virtual environment. So we have to learn new tools and new skills. We actually have to be developing ourselves now more than at any other time in history. So I think sort of having that sort of agile mindset, really a fluid mindset, is really going to be the way forward. Look for opportunities to engage your students. I think as educators we have a responsibility. We're working within a institution that is resistant to change. But thankfully, because everybody across the world is experiencing the same challenge, we now have an opportunity to speak up and say, bond together with other teachers, form networks, forums. A community like this, in your sector, is a great way to connect, to share resources, share ideas, share what's working, so that you can fast track your progress. And then as it's easier to get together as a group, to now go to your board, to go to the higher ups and say, here's what we're noticing, here's the support we need, here's where we need the resources. As a group, you become much more powerful. So that's one area. And then on an individual level, you're really looking for ways that you can just add value to your students in new ways. For that, if that's virtual, if that's a hybrid reality, I think this is a real opportunity to really look at how you're delivering to students and how you're preparing for the future of work. Is what you're doing and is what you're teaching them relevant? Is it really preparing them? Because if it's not, and I even pre-COVID, I was speaking at universities, and I was talking about this change that was going on in the workplace, because even at the university level, students are struggling with relating what they're learning to going into the workplace. They're like, well, I'm learning all these skills, but actually that's not relevant. I'm racking up all these bills, student loans, but it's not relevant anymore. And so we've got this great opportunity as educators today to look at, one, upskilling ourselves so that we're really stepping into our power as teachers, and then two, looking at our curriculum and our content to say, are we teaching them? Are we checking a box? Like, are these the things that we're taught, or are we really serving them? Are we teaching them to be better problem solvers? Are we teaching them to think? so that when they go into the workplace, they're not learning things from memory or by rote. They're learning how to solve problems, because that's what the workplace is looking for. And you can cite examples. You can look at people like Elon Musk, Tesla, Jeff Bezos at LinkedIn. They are specifically saying to their work people, we don't care what your education background is. They've said this publicly. We don't care. I want to know what skills you have, and if you're willing to learn, they're even willing to pay, to send their people back to school, because they're identifying what are the opportunities that are coming in the future that we need to prepare the workforce for. So you can cite these examples, cite these data points to say, look, let's prepare our kids. And when you band together with other educators, you become a power force, and a voice for change. So I hope some of those things serve you, Fenny. And I wish you luck, and keep me posted on your journey. I'm really happy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, amazing. I have so many notes now to start working on that.
Good.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.